That's everything about that, sir. Now I'll tell you my other story. You do remember the circumstances of my situation, right?
How could I not, my lord?
Sir, there was a kind of war in my heart that wouldn't let me sleep. It seemed that I was in worse shape even than the captive rebels in chains, and impulsively let me praise my impulsiveness. Sometimes acting impulsively works even when our complicated plans don't work out, showing us that God shapes our destiny.
That is a certainty.
I came out from my cabin with my robe tied around me. I groped around and found what I was looking for. I stole Rosencrantz and Guildenstern's packet of papers and snuck it back into my cabin again. My fears overcoming my manners, I was bold enough to open the letter they carried from Claudius to the English king, Horatio. There I found, O royal mischief, an explicit command fattened up with blather about Denmark's well-being and England's too. Listen, that described all the terrors that would come from letting me live. The letter contained instructions to cut off my head without even taking any time to sharpen the axe.
Is it possible?
Here's the letter. Read it when you have a moment. But do you want to hear what I did next?
Please.
Stuck, as I was in the cruel net, before I could even fully think about the problem, my brain had already started playing with possible solutions. I sat down and wrote a whole new letter. I wrote it in a bureaucrat's neat handwriting. I used to think, as our other politicians do, and have a nice handwriting was for servants. So I had to really work to forget that bias. And sir, it certainly helped me then. Would you like to know what I wrote?
Yes, my good lord.
A sincere request from the King of Denmark to the King of England, his faithful vassal subject, with hopes that the love between the two countries can flourish and that peace can rise up and join them together in friendship. And some other important sounding statements like that. I instructed the King of England that, after reading and reviewing the letter without any further debate, he should kill the men who delivered the letter without even giving them time to confess to the priest.
How did you even get an official seal on this?
Even there, heaven gave me a helping hand. I had my father's signet ring in my pocket, which had a small version of the Danish royal seal on it. I folded up the letter, signed it, sealed it, and put it safely back without anyone noticing the change. The next day brought our fight at sea, and you already know what happened afterwards.
So Guildenstern and Rosencrantz go to their deaths.
Well, man, they love doing the king's every bidding. I don't feel any guilt. Their deaths grew out of their own meddling. It's dangerous when inferior people get between the swords of thrust and mighty opponents.
Oh, what a king this Claudius is.
Do you think that it's now my duty to kill him? He killed my king, made my mother a whore, stole the throne that I wanted, and plotted against my life with shocking trickery. Wouldn't killing him be completely justified? And in fact, wouldn't I be damned if I were to let this cancer live to do more harm?
He's going to get the news from England soon about what happened here.
He will, soon. But I have time before the news arrives, and it only takes the time to count one to kill a man. But I do feel very sorry, Horatio, that I've lost control of myself with Laertes. I can see my own cause for revenge mirrored in his. I'll try to win him over, but the melodramatic showiness of his grief pushed me into a fury.
Stop! Who's coming here?
My lord, welcome back to Denmark.
I humbly thank you, sir. Do you know this flitting little bug?
No, my lord.
You're better off for that. It's a gross to know him. He owns a lot of good fertile land. Give a beast a lot of cattle, and his food trough will be welcome at the king's table. He's a fool who spouts nonsense, but as I said, he owns a lot of dirt.
Sweet lord, if you were to have a free moment, I would like to tell you a message from His Majesty.
Sure, I'll listen, with all of my being. Now put your hat to its proper use. Put it on your head.
Thank you for the advice, my lord, but it is very hot.
No, believe me, it's very cold with a northern wind.
My lord, it is quite cold indeed.
But yet, I think it's too humid and hot for me.
Exceedingly hot, sir. It is very humid, so humid I cannot describe it. My lord, His Majesty asked me to tell you that he has placed a large bet on you. Sir, here's what's going on.
I beg you, remember.
No, my lord, I'm more comfortable like this, I swear. Sir, a recent arrival to the royal court named Laertes is an absolute gentleman. Believe me, he is full of the most excellent qualities, with an agreeable manner, and looks good. In fact, if I were to reveal my true feelings about him, he is the checklist of what a gentleman should be. You'll find that he's an embodiment of a perfect gentleman.
Sir, your description of him suffers no loss of accuracy. Though I know that not to try to describe all of his good qualities would dizzy the mind, and even trying to do so, you would still not be able to capture all of them. But in true sincere praise, I can say he is a soul of great nobility, and he is so unique to be honest about him, that his looks can only be found when he looks in a mirror. Anyone else is just a shadow of him.
Your lordship describes him perfectly.
What's the relevance? Why do we wrap him up in our breathless words?
Sir?
You must speak in different style for him to understand you. Can you do it, sir?
What is the significance of our discussion of this gentleman?
Of Laertes?
His purse is already empty. He has spent all of his golden words.
Yes, of him, of Laertes, sir.
I know you are not ignorant.
I wish you did, sir. But in truth, if you did, it would not be much to my credit. Well, sir?
I know you're not ignorant about how excellent Laertes is.
I don't dare to admit it, because you might compare his excellence to mine, but to know excellence in another, you must know it yourself.
I mean, sir, he's known for his weapon. Popular opinion holds him to be unrivaled.
What kind of weapon does he use?
The light sword and the dagger.
Those are just two of his weapons, but no matter.
Sir, the king has gambled Laertes, betting 6 Barbary horses against, and I understand it, 6 French light swords and daggers with all their accessories. 3 of the carriages, in fact, are very beautiful design and match the fencing accessories. Very imaginative carriages.
What are you calling carriages?
I knew you'd have to look up the word before we finished with him.
The carriages, sir, are the hangers on which we hang swords.
That word would make more sense if it were describing something that pulled a cannon. I'd prefer it called a hanger. But still, 6 Barbary horses against 6 French words is with accessories, and 3 imaginatively designed carriages sounds like a French bet against the Danish. Why has all this been gambled, as you put it?
So the king has bet that in a dozen rounds between you and Laertes, he won't beat you by more than 3 hits. We could start the match immediately if you do me the honor of giving me your answer.
What if my answer is no?
I mean, my lord, if you'd agree to compete in the wager.
Sir, I'm going to take a walk in the hall. Tell the king that it is time to exercise. If the king still wants to do this, if Laertes is willing, tell them to bring in the swords. I'll win the king's bet for him if I can. If not, I'll suffer just a bit of shame for losing, and a few sore hits.
Shall I quote you with those precise words?
Just get the meaning across, sir, and it be as flowery as you want with doing it.
I am at your service, your lordship.
Thank you. He's smart to recommend himself. There's no one else who'd do it for him.
That fool looks like a newly hatched bird running around with its egg still on its head.
He used to show flowery praise to his mother's nipple before he sucked it, and that way he and so many others in privileged age follow the fashionable way of talking. It's a kind of wispy collection of words, which can express the most trendy options, but blow a little on these ideas, last them, and they'll burst.
My lord, His Majesty has learned from Osric that you will soon come to the main hall. The king would like to know if you would like to duel against Laertes now, or if you would like a little more time.
I'll do as I said before. Whatever the king wants. If he's ready now, so am I. If he prefers some other time, I'll do it then, so long as I'm able.
The king and queen are coming down with everyone else to watch.
And right on time, too.
The queen would like you to speak a few polite words to Laertes before the match begins.
Her advice is good.
You're going to lose this bet, my lord.
I don't think so. Since Laertes left, I've been practicing fencing constantly. With the odds they've given me, I'm going to win. But even so, I have a bad feeling in my heart, but forget about that.
No, my lord.
It's just foolishness, but I have the kind of misgiving that might bother a woman.
If your conscience is telling you not to do this, obey it. I will go and stop them and say you're not feeling well.
You will not! I ignore omens. God controls everything, even the death of the sparrow. If I am to die now, then it will not be later. If I am to die later, then it will not be now. All that matters is being ready for it when it does happen. Since no man knows about what he leaves behind when he dies, then what's it to him if he leaves early? Let it be.
Come, Hamlet, shake hands with Laertes.
I ask your forgiveness, sir. I've done you wrong. Forgive me. As a gentleman, everyone here knows, and you must have heard it too, that I'm suffering from insanity. What I did to insult your nature and honor, I did only out of madness. What is it, Hamlet who insulted Laertes? Not Hamlet. If Hamlet had his mind stolen and insults Laertes when he's not himself, then it is not Hamlet who did it. Who did it then? Hamlet's madness. If that's true, then Hamlet, who was the victim, his madness, his enemy, sir, with this audience as my witness, let me declare that I intended to do no harm, and as innocent as a man who shoots an arrow over his house and accidentally hits his brother.
My portion of feelings are satisfied, even though what you've done should stir them to seek revenge. Yet as a man who values honor, I must for now hold off and will not accept an apology until some experts in matters of honor show me that accepting your apology will not stain my reputation. Until then, I accept the love that you offer and won't do anything to offend it.
I accept it gladly, and will engage in this friendly match without reservations. Come on, give me a sword.
And one for me.
I'm going to make you look good, Laertes. My lack of skill will make yours look blaze and the brightest star in the darkest night.
You're making fun of me, sir?
No, I swear by my hand.
Give them swords. Osric, Hamlet, you know the bet.
Very well, my lord. You've placed your bet on the weaker side.
I'm not worried. I've seen both of you fence, but since Laertes is better, we've given him a handicap.
The sword's too heavy. Give me another one.
This one's good for me. Are they all the same length?
Put the caps of wine on that table. If Hamlet gets the first or second hit, or even responds to Laertes' challenge by just making a third hit, then we will fire the cannons in his honor. I'll then drink to Hamlet's health, and into this cup I'll drop a pearl, more valuable than those of the last 4 Danish kings wore in the crowns. Give me the cups. Play the drum, the signal of the trumpeter. So the trumpet will signal the cannons outside, and the cannons will signal the heavens, and the heavens will echo in the sound in order to tell all the world that the king now drinks to Hamlet's health. Come on, begin, and you judges watch carefully.
Come on, sir.
Come on, my lord.
That was one hit.
No!
Referee.
It was a hit. Clear hit.
Well, another round.
Give me some wine. Hamlet, this pearl is yours. Here's to your health. Give him the cup.
I'll finish this round first. Set the cup down for a while. Let's go. Another hit. What do you say?
It was a small hit, I admit it.
My son will win.
He's fat and out of breath. Here, Hamlet, take my handkerchief and wipe the sweat from your forehead. The queen drinks for your good luck, Hamlet.
Thank you, madam.
Gertrude, don't drink.
I will drink, my lord. Please excuse me.
That was the poison drink. It's too late.
I can't afford this drink now, madam. Soon.
Come on, let me wipe your face.
I'll hit him now.
I doubt it.
And yet, it almost makes me feel guilty.
Come on for the third round, Laertes. You're just playing. Come on, try your hardest. I fear that you're treating me like a spoiled child.
You believe so? Come on.
There's a little difference between them.
Take this.
Separate them. They're too angry.
No, come on, again.
Someone help the queen.
Why, I'm like a bird caught in my own trap. Claudius, I've been killed by my own betrayal as I deserve.
How's the queen doing?
She fainted at the sight of them bleeding.
Oh no, the drink, oh my dear Hamlet, the drink, I've been poisoned.
Oh, what evil. Hey, lock the door. We've been betrayed. Find the traitor.
It's me, Hamlet. Hamlet, you're dead. No medicine in the world can cure you. You don't have more than half an hour left to live. The treacherous weapon is in your hand, sharpened and dipped in poison. The dirty plan backfired on me. And so here I lie, never to rise again. Your mother's been poisoned. I can't say anymore. The king's to blame.
The sword's been poisoned? Then poison, do your job. Treason! Treason!
Oh, defend me, my friends. I've been hurt.
Here, you monstrous, murderous Dane, drink this poison wine. Is your pearl in there? Follow my mother.
He got what he deserved. He made that poison for himself. Forgive me as I forgive you, noble Hamlet. My death and my father's death are not your fault, and my death is not yours.
God frees you to blame. I'll follow you. I'm dead. Unlucky queen, goodbye. You who watch pale and trembling and all the speechless audience to this show, if I had just a little time, I could tell you things. But this dread offer, death allows no mercy or extra time. Let it be. I'm dying. You live on, tell my story and my cause to everyone. What are these sounds of war?
Young Fortinbras returns triumphantly from Poland and fires his cannons to greet the English ambassadors.
Oh, I'm dying, Horatio. This powerful poison is too much for me. I won't live to hear the news from England, but I predict that Fortinbras will win the election for the Danish crown. I give him my dying vote, so tell him what has happened here. The rest is silence. Oh.
Now a noble heart breaks. Good night, sweet prince. May a host of angels sing you to your sleep. Why are those drums coming near?
What am I seeing?
What would you like to see? If it's a tragedy or any other astonishment, you found it.
These corpses suggest a massacre. Oh, proud death, what banquet are you preparing that you've snuck down so many princes at once?
This is an awful sight. Our news arrives from England too late. The people who were meant to hear this were all dead. We came to tell the king in order to have him followed. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. Who will thank us now?
Not him, even if he were still alive, to thank you. He never ordered their deaths, but since you have arrived to see this bloody scene, you from the war in Poland and you from England, then order that these bodies be displayed on a high platform to be viewed, and let me tell the world how this all happened. You'll hear a violent, bloody, and unnatural acts, accidental revenge, casual murders, death caused by trickery and by threat, and plans that have backfired on their inventors. All this I will tell you truthfully.
Let us hurry and listen to it now, and call in all the noblemen as audience. As for me, I accept my good fortune with sadness. I have some right to claim the throne of his kingdom, and now I have the chance to make that claim.
I also have much to say about that from the mouth of one who only added to your claim. Let's do this now, even though everyone's minds are racing to make sure no further mistakes, plots, or errors occur.
Let 4 captains carry Hamlet like a soldier to the viewing platform. If he only had the chance, it's likely he would have been a great king. Military music and military rites shall proclaim his greatness. Lift up the bodies. A sight like this looks right on a battlefield. But here shows that much has gone wrong. Go, tell the soldiers to fire their cannons.